Hi guys, how you doing? So I hope you enjoyed the last video that talked about how to upload your book to Amazon Kindle. Now in this video we're going to talk about how to promote your book to give you the best chance of becoming a #1 bestseller. Now really this is a two-part process. The important part, or one important part of the process, is to choose a category that you've got a good chance of becoming a bestseller in, or a #1 bestseller in. And you guys don't skip that part because it's really important. When Elena, when she uploaded her books, her Spanish books to Kindle, she didn't just willy-nilly choose a category and upload them. She did a lot of research to find out which category she stood the best chance of becoming a bestseller author in. So if you look at her book here, this is her first book. This one here is the second book. If you look down here, you can see that she's, after a year now, she's still a bestseller in the three categories that she chose. She was a #1 bestseller in all of these. And the reason why she was a #1 bestseller is because she chose these categories carefully. She knew that she could win in these. So, for example, if you go to this category here, readers, and you go to, let's say, #1. Now, excuse me, we've been focusing on how to get to the top 100, because to become a bestseller, you've got to be in the top 100. But some of you have got a really good following, and some of you might be ambitious enough to want to become a #1 bestseller. So if you look at this book here, this is #1, and you go down and you look at the amount, or their book rank, you'll see it's 8,664 here. Okay, so remember, the lower the number, the more they're selling. Look at it as like the good old pop charts. Okay, the higher or the lower the number, like #1 was selling more than number 10. Okay, so the lower the number, the more they're selling. So 8664. Now, if you go back, let's just go back to the book a second. You'll see. So let's go to this one here, so foreign languages, and click on that, and let's look at what this book is doing. So this book has got a ranking of 3,096. It's lower than the previous one, which means that for Elena to get to #1 in this category, she would have to sell probably about twice as many books. So you need to bear this stuff in mind, guys, when you're uploading your book and choosing a category. So that's the first part, but we've already talked about that in a different video in quite a lot of length. Now, how do you become a #1 bestseller, or how do you get into the top 100? Well, to become a bestseller, you have to beat whatever the book is selling at number 100. And again, we've talked about this in another video. So how does Amazon decide? See this one here, for example. This one, this is probably selling about 1 or 2 books a day. So all you've got to do is to promote your book in such a way that you can sell, a few books a day, and you will get into the top 100. So how do you do that? Well, first of all, let's explain how Amazon decides where a book is in the top 100 ranking. Well, to be honest with you, nobody really knows, because it's an algorithm, and nobody knows what the Amazon algorithms apart from the Amazon peeps. But you can be 99% sure that it's the following. Every hour, Amazon updates its Excel spreadsheet. Now, I'm sure it hasn't got an Excel spreadsheet. I'm sure it's got something far more fancy than that. But it updates its Excel spreadsheet for the sales for each book, and then it repositions each book's position based on its sales for that hour. So, in order to beat book in #100, you need to be selling more books in an hour than the book at #100 is selling in that hour. By the same token, if you want to become a #1 bestseller, then you simply have to sell more books than the book at #1 is selling in an hour. Now, you can kind of reverse engineer this, and you can think, okay, well, what do I need to do to get a rush of sales in a short period of time? Well, first of all, you need to price your book at 99p. And then you need to post in your, at a minimum, on your Facebook page profile saying, guys, my book is live and you can get it for the next few days at just 99p before the price goes up. And if you're in groups, if you're in Facebook groups on the subject that you've written on, then do exactly the same in those as well. Now, I wouldn't say that the book's going to be 99p for a specified number of days. I wouldn't say it's going to be 99p for 5 days, because you know what people are like. They think, oh, I've got 5 days to buy it, I'll come back in 5 days, and then they'll forget. So if you say a few days, people might think, well, that might be just 2 days or 3 days. You could try saying, guys, you can get it today for just 99p before the price goes up, and you can promote that for the following 5 days. So when you do that, guys, you need to just put a post up, guys, my book is live, it's going to be 99p today before the price goes up, or for the next few days before the price goes up, and then have a link to that book. Now, how do you get a link to your book? So let's just go back to Elena's book. Where did I put that? Okay, so here is Elena's book. Now, if you go down to this thing over here, you can press the share button down here, you'll see that this little window opens up, and this is the short link here. So what you want to do is you want to go into your Facebook profile. So let's just say I go into mine, and I would say, hi guys. My new book, How to XYZ, is live on Kindle. You can grab your copy today for just 99p before the price goes up. Here is the link, and then just do that like that, and there it is. Okay, and then just post that. Now, you could just post that post for the next 5 days, and I suggest you do. Guys, you've got to be, if you want to get into the top 100, you've got to be shameless with this. Okay, shameless promotion. And in all fairness, if it's a great book, which I know it will be, then you're doing people a favor by letting them know that they can get all of this content that you spent, a large majority of your life learning for just 99p. I mean, it's just, it's a bit of a no-brainer for people who are interested in the subject. Now, something else which you can do is you can, rather than just say, guys, buy my book at 99p, you can add a little bit of value. So again, with Holiday Spanish in 7 days, Elena's book, she could put something like how to ask for a beer in Spanish, and then you could write down there una cerveza por favor, and then I'm not going to write that because my autocorrect will make it go all bonkers, but how to ask for beer in Spanish, una cerveza por favor. And then you can go to find out all of the other most common phrases you're likely to need when you're on holiday. Grab my brand new Kindle book, which you can get on Kindle for the next few days or today at 99p. And here's the link. Do you get the idea? So you're adding a little bit of value, adding a little bit of education, and then you'll give them the link. So, for example, let's have a look at, let's talk about Bianca's, for example. So Bianca's, she's uploaded a book now. She could say, my number one tip for XYZ to do with IVF is this. To find out lots of other tips that I've researched from studying the subject for a number of years, then grab my new book, which you can get on Kindle for the next few days for 99p. Here's the link. So there you go, guys. If you do that relentlessly, and that is if you want to be relentless. It might be that you just you don't want to be relentless, but this is your chance, guys, to become a best-selling author. And if you have got a following already, a number one best-selling author. So guys, be shameless. Let people know about what you've done. Don't hide it under a bush. and promote it for a minimum of 5 days, and get excited as you see your book slowly move up the ranking and move into the top 100, so that you can call yourself a best-selling author. And once you've got that status, nobody can ever take that away from you. It's something which you can be proud of, for the rest of your life. So there you go, guys. I hope this helps. If you've got any questions about promotion, there's a lot more to it than this, but this is I would say 80% of the core of it. Then just fire them over to the group and we'll do our best to help you. Okay, guys, have fun. Speak again soon. Bye.